Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news videos. It's been a good week
Yep,
here in the office.
sure has.
Talked about this Ripstick 102 yesterday. Still pending completion of my off-snow Austria recap factory tour, but we'll get that out early next week.
Sweet.
I don't have too much else to share. Our Father's Day sale is currently going on. So Father's Day 10 is a coupon code that will get you 10% off just about anything. But when I say that, it's really not that much because it excludes 2024 and 2025. So not just about anything, but there's always still like really good deals to find.
Right, some of that stuff that's 2023 is at smoking deals. And
Bindings.
add another 10%. And it's giving it away.
STH 13.
That's your deal?
That's
deal
my,
of the week?
That's my deal of the week.
Yeah.
I buy them.
Right.
It's a good enough deal that I have been buying STH 13s. I think I own 4 pairs now.
Well, it's going to be a collector's item too pretty soon, Jeff.
I know.
So
All the more reason.
it's an investment.
Arguably, I was going to say better, but it's just as good of a binding as the Strive.
Yeah, and like
A lot of people like the toe. You could argue that the toe is better.
I don't have an issue. I'm impressed with the longevity of that
The STH.
STH binding.
It's very similar to Pivot.
Yeah, and the ones that I used in high school when I went to remount a pair of skis with them,
Pretty darn similar.
the whole pattern was the same from
Yeah. The heel piece
30
has
years
changed
ago.
a little bit.
yeah,
Toe piece hasn't changed much, but
impressive.
very impressive. So go use Father's Day 10 and go buy some STH 13s. I don't know how many people have taken advantage of it. We've communicated this only through our newsletter, but also if you place an order and you would like a t-shirt like this or the black hoodie that I often wear, just write in free gift in your order notes and then your shirt size, and we'll send you either a t-shirt or a hoodie. I feel like there's just been so much to communicate that one might have gotten lost, but we do have a handful of these and we're just giving them away.
Perfect.
So through the end of the day on Sunday, you can use that coupon code and also get a free shirt. And there's no restrictions or requirements for a free shirt. You could go buy a stick of Dermatone and just write free gift in your shirt size and we'll still send you a free shirt.
You could buy an STH 13 and get a free shirt.
I am losing the company money by telling you this right now. Yeah, I mean STH 13 plus free shirt.
Yeah,
How could you go wrong?
I don't know.
Do you have anything else or do you want to get right into the news?
News, please.
Okay, I feel like it's a pretty quick week for news. First topic of the week, I feel like most people have seen this also. The Teton Pass landslide. So this picture or lots of different photos of it have been plastered all over social media, at least in the ski and snowboard networks. This is the road that connects Jackson Hole to Victor, Idaho, which is a very popular commuting route.
Because not everyone can afford to live in Jackson Hole that works in Jackson, Wyoming, or
I believe very few
area.
people can afford that. So anyways, to put it into perspective, the normal commute for people like this is 24 miles, takes about 32 minutes. And currently, with this landslide and road closure, it's 86 miles and over an hour and a half one way.
So it's not like if the Panama Canal caved in and you had to sail your boat all the way around South America.
Yeah, I mean that's a good analogy.
It's an inconvenience for sure.
Yep. I mean that's a long commute.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of entertainment out of Matt's written Top 5 Fridays because he basically made it sound like that was like impossible.
Yeah.
And my reaction to that was like, there's like a lot of people.
A lot of people have that commute.
That far. Yeah. I mean, my fiance commutes over an hour one way. Over an hour and a half is 3.5 hours. That's starting to eat into your day pretty effectively.
That's temporary. They're fixing the road.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to demean anyone's inconvenience.
No, I did think that was funny though. Like I don't remember the way that he worded it, but he was like, "That's impossible." And he'd be like, "Yeah, there's probably a lot of people that are doing exactly that." Jackson Hole community is hoping to ease restrictions on temporary housing, which I thought was ironic.
Right.
I feel like the trend is to fight against temporary housing, and now, of course, with a disaster situation like this, they need to go pull a 180 and push for it. And then the Wyoming Department of Transportation is working on a 2-lane bypass. I don't know really anything about engineering, but it looked like there was room to build a bypass. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really have no idea. If you live in the area, let us know what it's like. That's always my favorite part of these videos, is hearing directly from people that are impacted.
Right.
Because
Or if anyone's had to sail around South America
yeah,
because
or
the Panama
right,
Canal was closed.
if you own a shipping company and
Yep.
the Panama Canal was closed and you had to take your boat, how many miles, how many nautical miles is that?
Probably about 6,000.
I regret asking that question. Anyways, second topic of the week. Just yesterday, the X Games announced X Games League. I'm pretty excited about this, but I still have a lot of questions. I would venture a guess that a lot of people do too. So this is slated to start in 2026. What is now known as X Games will become X Games League, or the XGL, which I thought was fantastic.
Very close to the XFL.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it will be made up, this got confusing to me, made up of teams that draft athletes who have nominated themselves to be eligible. The part that was interesting to me was nominate yourself. Because I will be nominating
You're going to
myself
nominate yourself? Yeah.
to be eligible.
Do you have to nominate only yourself, or can I nominate
It was
you?
specifically worded as nominate yourself.
Okay.
So I will be nominating myself for X Games League slopestyle, and if you're like hitting your salary cap and you really need an athlete, I'll put myself in for $1. Be really inexpensive.
Yep.
So yeah, I do have a lot of questions. It will be interdisciplinary, so a skier could be on a team with a snowboarder. It'll be interesting to see whether that crosses summer and winter, like whether skateboarding and skiing will get tied under a single team. In their press release, they pointed to Formula One as inspiration. Formula One is like one of the most successful sports leagues in the world.
Yeah, that's a kind of a long reach, don't you think?
Kind of, yeah. But
Gotta
start somewhere. Yeah, it's good to have goals.
Yeah.
It certainly feels to me like this is a business-driven decision, just as much or potentially more than it is like an athlete-driven decision. They're basically looking to increase the number of events from what is now 2, essentially.
Right.
Well,
You mean
there's like X Games Norway, so
Wasn't it like, didn't they have like X
handful.
Games Europe or something like that?
yeah.
Is that
so
what that is?
We'll call it a handful, to 4 summer and 4 winter events, which would, in theory, increase revenue. So this will be very interesting. I do think it's a step in the right direction. Action sports is growing.
Yeah.
They're all like basically every or most of the main action sports disciplines are in the Olympics now. So
Right.
this feels like a positive next step. Do you have anything to add?
I like the part where they were talking about how like the teams will get convoluted because like if Red Bull sponsors a team, but one of the athletes is a monster sponsored athlete,
Correct.
then there's going to be conflicts of
Yep.
interest within the sponsorship realm, which like up until something like this, it's, I don't know what percentage, 100% sponsorship money backed. That's
Yeah.
how these people make their money.
My hope is that the teams is more like Live Golf,
Yep.
where they're just like arbitrary random names with like kind of bad logos.
Yeah, sure. It's like a tree theme, like Team Maple.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they sort that out. Like,
Yeah.
where's the money coming from
Right.
to sponsor these athletes?
Right.
Actually pay them.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting to learn more about this, and we've got
Got 2 years to figure it out.
couple of years. Yeah. Bridger Bowl has ended their pass reciprocation program. So this is kind of news because you could say that it's going against what has become kind of the industry trend of multi-passes or pass reciprocations. So Bridger Bowl was not on a multi-pass, but they offered a pass reciprocation program and associated discounts with Alta, Bogus Basin, Grand Targhee, and Soldier Mountain. I have a quote here from Erin O'Connor, who is the Director of Marketing and Communications. The value of less crowded slopes, lift lines, and parking outweighs the ability to go to another ski area or have visiting pass holders come to Bridger. Which I kind of agree.
Yeah, I hope they don't kind of shoot themselves in the foot there and
Sure.
keep too many. You got to be careful what you wish for. Like,
Sure.
are empty slopes an indicator of a successful ski resort?
Right. You still need to sell some hamburgers.
Yeah, you need some cash coming in there.
I
so-
assume that they've done
You think they've done their
extensive
research?
analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the line between having a comfortable and successful business and kind of wishing you had a little bit more coming in?
Perhaps this is the line.
Right.
Perhaps they have drawn an effective line.
It's interesting that like that many people would go there from those other mountains.
Yeah, it is interesting.
So
Yeah,
good for them for trying something new.
I agree. Yeah, and it does kind of feel like that could be the next kind of major shift in the industry. You know, the one of the most common topics of conversation is how crowded resorts are.
Right.
That's kind of been the theme the past 5 years. And I think a lot of people are starting to place more value on a less crowded ski area rather than the premier ski area.
Yeah, no,
know
I
what
hear
I
what you're
mean?
saying. Yep.
Like,
It doesn't matter how good it is. You just want
yeah,
to yourself.
like your small local area
Yeah.
can be a better experience if it's not crowded than Whistler if there's 30,000 people.
Yep.
So
No, totally.
I just think it's kind of an interesting, slight shift. Fourth topic of the week, Pure Green Colorado and Steamboat are exploring geothermal energy. So Pure Green just received a $298,000 grant to explore the potential for a geothermal power plant in the Steamboat community. That's about all I've got for that. I don't know that much about geothermal energy. Sounds very interesting.
They couldn't have just rounded up to 300,000 and
298,000. I don't know. Good question.
those must be like processing fees or something like
The
that.
2,000.
Yeah, the 2,000 paperwork.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Good question.
that's my biggest question on this topic.
Yeah. The concept of a geothermal plant is very interesting.
When you kind of like, I clicked through some of those links that Matt included in the article, and one of them was like a map of kind of hot spots, I guess is the best way to put it for geothermal. And it's
Sure.
like 90% of Colorado
Is hot?
is hot.
Huh.
And then as you kind of get east, it's less. So like,
So geothermal energy would be less effective here.
I think you got to like drill much deeper or something like that, or it's a lot harder to find.
Yeah. It is interesting. I thought the part about it's more applicable in more areas, which kind of goes against what you're saying, but rather than like wind and solar,
Right.
like you can dig into the earth just about anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah. So pretty interesting. And we've seen a lot of this, a lot of like solar farms and wind farms and all sorts of stuff popping up.
Yep.
Finally, we have our edits of the week. So first up, we have Chris Benchetler raw files from GoPro. This is basically just a bunch of raw point of view footage from Chris Benchetler, who is a fantastic skier. So obviously this is very, very entertaining. And then we've got kind of a season recap or season end celebration video from Alex Hackle, who I've known for a long time and had arguably the best season of his career this past season. He was all over the place and pretty visible, which is really cool to see. And then we have Peak Pressure, which is about a 20-minute documentary about Little Cottonwood Canyon, which I have not yet watched, but I'm very much looking forward to.
I think if anyone's going to have a formulated opinion on the gondola,
It's this
you have to watch the video before
you have your opinion.
before you really finalize your take.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my guess. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's fair. And then we have Rhythm of Water, which is a unique film by 11th Hour Racing, which features a free skier, a free diver, and some like offshore sailboat racing.
Interesting combination.
Yeah. Yeah. The production budget seemed
Large.
excessive to me, coming from somebody who sits in this little room with a very
Yeah.
small budget.
Yeah.
Jealous of their production budget. That's all I got, Bob.
Yeah, me too. Should be a nice weekend.
Go Celtics.
Yeah. Think tonight's the night?
I think tonight's the night.
Yeah.
Yep, I do. Looks like Scotty Scheffler might make the cut. The cut line's been moving.
Yep.
He's at +5.
That looks like a tough course.
Tough course, yep. Tiger Woods just barely holding on last I checked.
Yeah.
He was +4 yesterday. Tough ask to get in the cut line.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Go Ludwig. Right?
Yeah. Your FanDuel requires.
Go Ludwig
Ludwig.
Auberge.
Yeah.
I mean, we also need Scotty to finish top 20 or
Yeah.
something like that. This is not gambling advice. In fact, my advice would be to not gamble at all. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.